This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. High school basketball is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's a 5A regional matchup. It's an elimination game. Winner moves on. Loser season is over in the 5A playoffs. Live tonight in Del City. The Classen SAS Comets, the Lawton Macarthur Highlanders. A big-time matchup with everything at stake. Coming up right here live and for free, of course, as always, on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway here with you in Del City. The home team Eagles got the night started in resounding fashion, hammering the Guyman Tigers 88-47 to punch their ticket to the regional final tomorrow. The winner of this game will join them there with a chance to move within one win of the state tournament next week in the area tournament. But of course, to get there, you got to win this game, and this game is an elimination game. It used to be you got two cracks at it no matter what in these 5A playoffs. That has now been changed this year, meaning that this game is for everything for these two teams. Two teams with a lot of talent, two teams that feel like if they can get through this first game, could maybe go on a run. Who knows how far they could go. There's a lot of talent on both these rosters, but the reality is that someone's season is going to end tonight as the Comets and Highlanders go toe-to-toe in an elimination game here in Del City. The winner, meanwhile, will get the Eagles, the home squad, in the regional final tomorrow. That game will not be an elimination game, but will put you in the driver's seat to reach the state tournament should you win it. Obviously, we'll talk about that more later on in the program. But this game, huge. Obviously, everything on the line for these two squads, everything you work for the entire season builds up to this. It's the playoffs. It's an elimination game, and we got it ready to go toe-to-toe. The team from Oklahoma City and Classen SAS, the team from way out in Lawton with the Macarthur Highlanders. It's what the playoffs are all about, and we're fired up and excited to bring you this matchup right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Comets, Highlanders, get ready to go toe-to-toe in just a moment. We're going to have starting lineups for this ball game coming momentarily. Do want to make sure we let you know there is one other game on our airwaves coming up, getting ready to tip in just a moment at the 5A level. The Midwest City Bombers and the Noble Bears are about to go toe-to-toe in just a moment as well. You want to get on a second screen, your phone, your computer, if you happen to be a 2-TV household, whatever you need, you could bring that game up as well. Should be a lot of fun. Midwest City and Noble going to tip off. Jordan Ray out there, I know, on the call for that one. So, again, you want to get a second screen up, another big elimination game, you could do that with Midwest City and Noble. All right, let's do starting lineups for our game here. Starting first with the Classen Comets. Number 0 is Amante Montague, the sophomore guard. Number 1, Evan Gunn, a junior. Number 2 is Josiah Morales, a sophomore. Number 4 is Triton Wallace, a senior. And then rounding it out, number 12, Jaden Wilson, a sophomore guard. So Coach Cujo, who we've had a couple of times on OSN this year, going with a bit of a smaller lineup tonight against the Highlanders. And we mentioned Kendall Joe, a really good head coach. And don't be fooled by the record. Classen just 10-13 on the year, 4-10 in district play. Really good district. This Classen team's got shooters. They got athletes. We'll talk about that more as the night goes on. As for Lawton Mac, number 0, Latrell Bailey. He's a 6'3" senior. Number 3, Javal Coleman, a 6' even sophomore. Number 10, Alton Thomas, a 5'11" senior. Number 11, A.J. Vaughn is a 6'2" senior. And then rounding out, number 23, Keon Brown, a 6'2" senior. And the Macarthur Highlanders are coached by Marco Gagliardi and had a great season, did the Highlanders. 18-7 overall, 11-3 in district play. A really strong year for Lawton Mac, and they're hoping to build on it into what is a long postseason run, but you got to get through this game to get anywhere. It could be one and done, and it will be one and done for one of these two teams. And we'll see who that is going to be. Montague will do the tip for Classen, going against Latrell Bailey for the Highlanders. So thrilled you could be with us on a Thursday evening. Should be a fun one here. We're excited for it. Lawton Mac and Classen SAS. Let's play some basketball. Classen in the road black uniforms with blue trim on the sides, yellow numbers on the front and back. Lawton Mac in the home whites. Green numbers on the front and back. Green script Highlanders on the front. First possession, open three for Mac. Didn't go. And we have a quick whistle and a foul here going to go on the Highlanders right out of the gates. So an empty first possession. If you're with us for our first game, Del City and Guyman, Eagles won that one big, as expected, big home favorites. The officiating crew, which is obviously the same crew for this game, didn't really call a lot of whistles. Nobody got in the bonus in any quarter in that game, so kind of interesting to get an early whistle in this one. First possession for Classen. Layup doesn't go for Jaden Wilson. And Lawton Mac gets it back for their second possession of the day. This is Keon Brown. Had it stripped away. Ball is loose, scooped up by the Highlanders. So they steal a possession here to the rim. Can't quite finish it is A.J. Vaughn, but he's hit and fouled. And he'll head to the free throw line. Gets a chance to thank our free throw sponsor for this ball game here tonight, which is Trey Cut It. Scan the QR code on your screen right there. You see it. Book your appointment with Trey Cut It. Why haven't you let Trey Cut It? Where appointments prevent disappointments. First free throw no good for A.J. Vaughn here in the nightcap from Del City. Vaughn hits the second one, so Highlanders are on the board for the first time. They lead at 1-0. Classen down the floor, pass deflected out of bounds. Javal Coleman got the hand on it. It'll stay down here with Classen. Had Comets featured on OSN a couple times this year. Had their game at home against Midwest City early in the month of January. Also had them against Del City just a couple of weeks ago. Got a lot of guys that can shoot. Very athletic team. Not the biggest group, obviously. You can see they're not. They do have a couple of bigger guys that they'll bring in off the bench. Brian Shine, in particular, number 14, one to note. But they got some athletes on this team. And, again, don't be fooled too much by that 10-13 record. They've played a lot of teams tough this year, but they have been a lot better at home generally. Also, this game not a road game, neutral site, but still not your home gym. We'll see how that affects them, if any. This is Wallace handling the ball for the Comets. He swings it over to Evan Gunn. Gunn puts it on the floor. Some nifty handles here. He'll go strong to the rim. Layup is up and good. Got around his defender and finished it. First field goal of the game goes to the Comets. A good finish there at the rim for the junior guard, Evan Gunn. So Classen leapfrogs in front by a point. Keon Brown handling it for Lawton Mac. He was really good in a game against Carl Albert that we had on our airways at the end of January as Montague gets the interception and he hammers it home. All righty then, Mr. Montague, as he raced down and flushed that. The transition dunk. Did he know he had the ups? That was well done. So Classen gets the turnover, and they got the early 4-1 lead. Three in the corner here, almost banked in for Coleman, didn't go. So Mac still looking for the first bucket from the field. This is Gunn. Kick out in the corner, open look at a three for Wallace. Back iron, no. Long rebound comes out, pulled in by Keon Brown. Start the break for the Highlanders. Mishandled it, just lost the grip on it, and that's going to be a foul on Mac. So another early call here on Macarthur, and that's 3 already on the Highlanders. Not even 2.5 minutes in. That could be an early storyline here. Some guys maybe in foul trouble, and certainly if Classen get to the bonus, get some free throws, you take that too. Here's Wallace handling it for the Comets. Now on the right wing. Puts it on the elbow. Mid-range floater, got it. Boy, what a start here for Classen offensively. Some nice shot making. And look at this. It's the lower-seeded Classen SAS Comets. It's a 6 seed, taking it to the 3 seed early. Three ball for Coleman in the corner. That'll help. Clackham's. Big shot from Coleman to maybe settle things down a little bit. That's a Trey Cut-It three-pointer. And Macarthur gets it back within a bucket. Now they force a turnover. Boy, circle that three for Javal Coleman if Macarthur goes on a run here to really settle them down. And as I say that, a turnover here as Alton Thomas gets called for moving the feet. Sometimes that's all it takes, though, is one guy just stepping up and hitting a shot to kind of flip the momentum and settle your guys in. And we talked about this a little bit in our first game, if you weren't with us. It's a totally different vibe with this one-and-done format this year. I mean, the pressure of it for these two teams, and the pressure is more on the higher-seeded team. It feels like if you're Classen, you're coming in a little looser, a little more house money than maybe Macarthur is. A three ball off the back iron, no good for Wilson. Makes a good start just that much more important as Keon Brown handles it for the Highlanders, who trail by 2. Working on Montague. Backs him down all the way to the rim. Can't quite get the ball to roll home. Montague rips down the board. It's a good job getting to the hole, but not able to roll it home. Comets have it back. This is Evan Gunn at the free throw line now. He'll bounce it back out to Wilson with his bright pink socks and shoes. He drives to the rim, mishandled and ripped away. Good defense by Latrell Bailey. Start the break for the Highlanders. All the way to the rim, Bailey layup, won't go. Tip back, no. Still loose though, and right there, Johnny on the spot, but he didn't get it to fall. That was A.J. Vaughn who had the look right at the rim and didn't get it, but ended up working out okay as he got his own miss and then got hit and fouled, and he'll head to the Trey Cut-It charity stripe with a chance to tie this thing at the line here in the early going. Second foul on Classen in this opening frame. As Vaughn, the lefty, fires away on a free throw and hits. Second one coming for Vaughn. And it rolls off, so Classen hangs on to a 1-point advantage for now, leading 6-5. This is Wilson bringing it down for Classen. Being guarded by Brown. Swings it left side, Wallace. He'll fire away on a three. Front of the rim, no good. Ripped down, pulled in. Rebound, ripped down, pulled down by Coleman. And Mack can get the lead back here with a bucket. Three ball taken at the top. Clackham's. Javal Coleman hit the one earlier, hits one there. It's a 7-0 burst for Macarthur on the Trey Cut-It three. And the Highlanders are back ahead by a bucket at 8-6. Wallace working on Brown. Gives it up left side to Gunn. Gunn down the lane, pulls up mid-range jumper. Didn't go. There's a whistle and a foul here. They're going to go on Classen before the shot. Oh, no, excuse me. It's on Macarthur before the shot. That's on Brown again. That's his second. So that's significant. Keon Brown is a really talented player for Coach Gagliardi and the Highlanders. He's got 2 early fouls. That's a big storyline to watch as we go along here in this game. That's also the 4th foul in the quarter on the Highlanders. Montague at the rim is blocked, but fouled again. So the whistle's not kind to the team in the home whites early. That's 5 fouls in not even 5 minutes. And Amonte Montague will shoot a pair here at the line. First one rolls off. Gets a chance to thank our quarter sponsor, by the way, up there in the corner. That's Home Tech Solutions, providing you with the best heating and cooling maintenance and solutions for both residential and commercial throughout Oklahoma with over 20 years of experience. Call them, Home Tech Solutions, at 580-919-0328. Split the trip for Montague, makes it 8-7. Just under 3 minutes to play in the quarter. Coleman in the corner. Just into the game for Mack is Amari Turner, number 1. This is Bailey handling it underneath, cutting to the rim. Not able to finish, though. It was a great move for Adam Austin, who didn't go. Adam Austin, a really talented football player. Arkansas Razorback commit. Can do some damage on the basketball court, too. Bailey for 3 off a turnover. Bank it in, Clackham's. So the turnover immediately comes back to bite the Comets as Bailey in transition banks home the 3. And for the first time tonight, Macarthur's got a 2-score lead at 11-7. Montague on the left wing, he puts on the floor. Spin move on Austin. gives it up. Evan Gunn pump fakes a three, dribbled it off his own foot. Bailey pokes it loose. Leads to a fast break all the way to the rim. It'll go, and the foul. What a finish for Bailey. Taking a look at that on the instant replay. Turned it over. Fast break. Contact. Didn't matter. Well done. So Macarthur's lead is now suddenly at 6 with a free throw coming. But it gave the Highlanders credit. The Comets came out and threw the first punch, got that quick 6-1 lead. But the Highlanders have obviously responded. A 12-1 run. Can't complete the three-point play, but still a heck of an effort by Bailey. And now it's up to Classen to kind of respond and settle things back down on their side. Gunn whips underneath to Montague, swings it back out. Gunn will take a look at a three. Clackums. Boy, that's a big shot to settle things back down for Classen. They've gone through a little bit of an offensive dry spell. And Gunn drops that one down, makes it a three-point game at 13-10. Adam Austin in the lane has it poked away. It's loose and scooped up by Morales. Start the break for Classen. All the way to the rim. Josiah Morales, nice move and an up and under finish. So there you go. Just as I was questioning, can Classen answer the run for Macarthur? They do. A quick 5-0 burst. It's back to a one-point game, 13-12. This is Amari Turner handling it. Gets it in the corner to Coleman, who's got 2 triples in this first quarter already. Spin move, turn around. That's a tough shot. He hit it, but it's a travel before. Well, that was a heck of a move by Coleman, but a little too good, as they're going to say he took too many steps. And it's a turnover. Couple of subs in the game for Macarthur. Tykael Taylor Jr. coming in, number 2. Also in number 5, Xavier Alcedo, a 6'1 senior, in for the first time. They replace Bailey and Thomas. As meanwhile, Classen, as it looked like things are kind of gotten away from them a little bit there, they have a chance to go down and get the lead back. As we hit the final minute of this very entertaining first quarter. Gunn hands it off to Wallace, swings it around right side. Into the game is Michael Dugas. Here's Gunn, having a nice opening quarter. Lost it, gets it back. Tied up. Is it a foul on Macarthur? I think it is. Oh, that's a tough call. I thought they might get the jump ball there. But it's a foul on the Highlanders. It's going to send Evan Gunn to the line with a chance to put the Comets in the lead. Trey Cuddit, charity stripe. Again, you can scan that QR code, book your appointment today. That'll be up there. They're also a three-point sponsor, so you have plenty of opportunities throughout the night. As Gunn misses the first one, Macarthur clings to their one-point lead for now. Wallace comes out into the game for Classen. For the first time comes number 11, Jaden Pullen. Dugas will meanwhile come out and be replaced by Jaden Wilson back in, who started this game for Classen. Free throw's good on the second try, so it's a 6-0 run. Split the trip there for Gunn, and we're back tied 13-all. Here's Turner. Gives it up now to Taylor. Taylor underneath to Austin. Good ball movement, leads to a layup for Alcedo. That was just a good job moving the ball around the floor to get a good look. And the Highlanders are back ahead by 2. Montague on the wing, guarded by Adam Austin. Right side Wilson. In the corner, Gunn. Gunn goes strong to the rim. High layup off the glass. Didn't go. They're going to say, actually, it wouldn't have counted. They're going to say it got too high up there and might have touched the stanchion, and will be a turnover. Or at least get the ball back over to Macarthur, I should say. Keon Brown back in the game for the Highlanders. He replaces Taylor. So probably, hopefully, the final shot here. Coach Gagliardi, a savvy move. Go ahead and get Brown back in, not playing defense. So theoretically, not going to get a foul. 8 seconds to play in the quarter. This is Taylor handling it. Gets to Brown in the corner. He'll fire away on an open 3. Side of the rim, no good. Adam Austin, the board. Putback attempt. It'll go. Are they going to count this, though? It was right at the buzzer. I think they're counting it. I'm waiting for an official ruling. I think they're counting it. They are. That shot is good for Adam Austin at the buzzer. So right at the horn, Adam Austin gets the putback to go. And that ends the first quarter on a high note for the Highlanders as they lead it 17-13 after 1. You're watching the 5A playoffs on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. and finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed, because your success is our success.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Back in Del City, Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. As we go to the second quarter in this 5A regional matchup, this is an elimination game between Classen SAS and Lawton Macarthur. It's the Highlanders in front, 17-13 as we open up the second frame. Evan Gunn handling it here for Classen. Been a bit of a streaky game. A lot of basketball games tend to be. Morales fires away on a three, left it off the front of the rim. Austin able to tip it over to Keon Brown, who handles the ball for Mac. Here's Taylor going down the lane, strong to the rim and finish. Boy, he just bullied his way to the rack. That was Amari Turner, who just pushed his way through his defender and laid it in at the cup. It's a 6-0 run now for the Highlanders. They're back ahead by 6. Like we said, streaky game. MacArthur went on a run, then Classen goes on a 6-0 burst to take the lead, and now a 6-0 burst right back as the Highlanders back with a little bit of a cushion here. Wilson in the corner handling it for Classen. Up and under move. Won't quite roll home. It was a great move, but not able to finish. Montague, though, the rebound, and he's blocked by Adam Austin. But it's a foul. So Montague will go to the line and shoot two. It's been an early X factor, certainly more so for the Highlanders in a negative way. They're putting Classen at the line a lot, and they're committing a lot of fouls in the first now 9 minutes of this game. Could come back to bite him later. I mean, we'll see. As Montague hits the first one, obviously if you're Classen, you have to convert at the line, and then it obviously also be a matter of do any key players from MacArthur get in any sort of a foul trouble. Keon Brown does have 2 already. That's worth noting. He's in the game right now. Despite that, as Montague hits them both. But so far, the foul game has definitely favored the Comets. Still a long way to go, but that's the way it's gone so far. Pass deflected. That's a turnover. Good active hands by Morales poking that away. And Classen steals a possession. This is Wallace handling it. Left side, swinging the corner. Open look at a three for Jaden Wilson. Too strong. Rebound pulled in by Taylor for Lawton Mack. So a missed opportunity there for Classen. Taylor, left side, open look at a three on the wing. Too strong for Alcedo. So a missed opportunity there for the Highlanders, and Classen gets it back. Swing ahead to Wilson. Wallace now with it. Euro step in the lane, block from behind. So a clean block that time for the Highlanders. Alcedo, handoff Keon Brown. Brown all the way to the rim, lost the handle. Out of bounds, it'll stay down here with Mack. 6:13 to play until halftime. I want to go ahead and remind you to stay with us at the half. We'll wrap things up here. We'll look ahead to the third and fourth quarters, and we'll also, of course, peek around at the 5A scoreboard tonight on this first night of the boys' playoffs. A lot of games obviously already in the books, and many more in action as we speak. Turnaround shot doesn't go for Alcedo. Rebound pulled in by Morales. Long pass ahead to Wilson in the corner, able to save a turnover. Looked like it might get away from him for a moment there. And Wallace will dribble out near half court and set something up. Wilson out to the DC logo here in Del City. Montague for a three in the corner. Back iron, no. Rebound skied for and pulled in by Keon Brown, and Mack has it back again up by 4. Going to go right at Gunn here. Montague comes over to help, and they get the stop as it is left short by Brown. So both offenses now gone kind of cold. Just 2 points each way in this second quarter so far. Wallace handles it for the Comets. Wilson in the corner. Feeds off Montague. Montague back to Morales for 3, left it short. So all of a sudden, these two teams, which were playing pretty good offensive basketball in the first half, kind of having a tough time, a lid on the bucket on both ends, which is both a good thing and a frustrating thing for both teams. You're feeling like we're getting stops but not capitalizing, but at the same time you're saying, well, our offense is cold, but at least we're getting stops. Kind of glass half full or half empty sort of a situation for these two teams. For Mac, they're still up by 4. Taylor able to save that somehow, but Turner not able to keep it on the front side of the timeline. And so it's over and back, and it's another turnover. A lot of subs here for both teams. We'll try and keep track of them all. As back in the game for Macarthur comes A.J. Vaughn, number 11. Also Latrell Bailey, number 0, back in. Meanwhile, for Classen, number 11, Jaden Pullen back in the game, along with Michael Dugas, number 3. This is Gunn handling it for Classen in the road black unis. Sharp look, by the way. I want to go ahead and get that in there while we have the opportunity. Pullen handling it here with the Comets trailing by 4. Montague, handoff Gunn. Gunn will put on the floor, kick out in the corner Dugas. Dugas can really shoot it, and he's willing to fire away from very deep, too. This is Gunn. Goes strong to the rim, can't finish through a little bit of contact. Brown the board, and he starts the break for Macarthur. Brown in the corner, good find to Bailey for 3. Rims out. Rebound Dugas again, so both teams just can't get anything to fall right now. Montague now has it back for Classen. Spin move, kick out, travel. Good defense there by Mack, and another turnover. So this game that was 17-13 at the end of the first quarter has just been stuck in the mud offensively. Both teams with just 2 aside over halfway through the second quarter. Turner out for Macarthur. Back in comes Alton Thomas, number 10. It's 19-15 Lawton Mack. Appreciate everyone tuning in on a Thursday night. This is an elimination game in the 5A postseason between two good teams. Winner gets Del City in the regional final tomorrow at 7 o'clock. That game will be on OSN. Good pass by Vaughn underneath to Alton Thomas to lay it home. So breaks the dry spell for Macarthur. Lead goes back to 6. Dugas floater in the lane, offline. Rebound pulled in by Latrell Bailey. So Highlanders have it back, leading by 6. Keon Brown giving some direction to his teammates. Underneath here on the block, backing down is Vaughn, who just bullies his way to the rim and finishes. Had the smaller Dugas on him. Vaughn recognized it and went right to the rim. And it's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Cudjoe and the Comets with 30-second timeout, I should say, with 2:58 to play until halftime. So Macarthur has opened up their biggest lead of the first half right now at 8 points. And it feels like both teams went through that dry spell offensively, but Macarthur has maybe started to pull themselves out of it. Probably a good timeout by Coach Cudjoe to try and slow down the momentum a little bit and try to get his offense back on the tracks. And we talked about this too, with it being an elimination game, it makes runs like that all that much more important, and to stymie them as quick as you can all that much more important, because you just don't want to get any sort of a hole. When your season's on the line in an elimination game, finding a way to not let the momentum ever get too far away from you is just huge, because you start to feel it. The weight of the season hangs on your shoulders. You get down 10, 15 points. Regular season game, you might be able to climb out of that. It's a lot harder in the postseason for a lot of obvious reasons, but a big one just being the pressure of it. As a turnover here, an unforced one, is the pass just offline, and Morales is not able to save it. It's not what you want out of a timeout. Classen doesn't get a shot off. And Macarthur has it back, already leading by 8. Dugas will come out, Gunn back in. As Brown walks it up for the Highlanders. Keon Brown, credit to him, not trying to jinx him, I promise, for the Mac fans tuned in. Playing this whole quarter with 2 fouls and hasn't picked up that third, which is huge. This is Taylor with it for Macarthur. Strong to the rim. Good defense, though, by Gunn. Made it tough on him. Couldn't get to fall. This is Montague handling it. Cudjoe really wanting some whistles. Some Classen fans getting frustrated. And we have a whistle and a foul here. Going to go on Vaughn. Be the second one of the quarter on Macarthur. Back in comes Javal Coleman. He'll replace Taylor. Montague give and go with Morales. Gets a good look at a 3. Clackums. That's a big shot that Classen really needed, as they've been on an ice-cold stretch offensively. Big shot. Bailey's return response was halfway down. Ball's on the floor here as Montague getting down to get it. There's a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on Vaughn again. It's a third foul on Macarthur, and Vaughn picks up 2 quick ones here in the second quarter. So Classen back down 5. They've managed to respond here out of that timeout. Pullen passing Morales right side. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Pulls up from the free throw line. It's a tough shot. Left it short. That was well defended by Coleman. And Macarthur has it back, leading by 5. Brown checks with his sideline and walks it up. We still have over a half, and you can kind of already feel the intensity of this game and the tension of it being an elimination game right out of the gates, which you don't normally have. It's a change this year. It's a ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay at this end with Macarthur. But, I mean, it's only the second quarter, and you can kind of feel like every possession is already feeling huge. Like the weight of it, that's what playoff basketball is all about. Keon Brown handling it, gives up left side. Latrell Bailey for 3. Off the back iron, no. Rebound Coleman, and he is fouled. Boy, that was an impressive rebound by Javal Coleman. I don't think we take replays for offensive rebounds very often, but I think we need one here. Look at him just sky for this. Ooh. And then he draws the foul. That was well done by Javal Coleman. And he'll go to the Trey Cuttett charity stripe to try and add to this MAC lead. First foul of the quarter on Classen. Free throw offline. And here comes Brian Shine. I mentioned him earlier for Classen. Hadn't seen him yet. Just a sophomore, but obviously great length. Gives Classen a little bit of a different dynamic with his size. And he gets into the ballgame here with a minute and a half to play in the first half. Split trip for Coleman. Lead goes back to 6 at 24-18. Here is Shine handling it for Classen. Pass deflected and stolen. So a turnover forced. This is Alton Thomas can go into the rim, and he's blocked by Pullen. But Vaughn able to get the rebound and put it back. Well done by Vaughn, hustling back. That was a heck of a block by Pullen. But Macarthur ends up getting the bucket anyway. And the lead goes back out to 8, 26-18. Feels like an important final minute here for Classen. You don't want to get down double digits. Wallace step back 3, too strong. Rebound ran down by Coleman, and the Highlanders have it back. Crossing half court, handoff to Keon Brown. Brown, spin move in the lane, lost his footing, but able to get out to Bailey for 3. Clockums! Oh, Keon Brown on the Trey Cuttett 3 out to Bailey. Lost his footing, but managed to dish it out, and Bailey cashed it in. That's a big play. Circle that one as we go along tonight. It's an 11-point lead. Morales 3, though, and a big response that Classen really needed. As Morales, nothing but net. But Vaughn quickly the other way. That layup will go. So the pace has ratcheted up tremendously here all of a sudden at 31-21. Final 15 seconds of the half. Gunn tries to get across half court, and he's hit. That's just the 4th foul on Macarthur, so they had one more to give. So not a terrible foul. It's on Bailey. And again, they had one more to give. So another foul would put him at the line, but not here yet. Well, as I say that, we have whistles here. What's the call? They're just moving where he's going to inbound it. For a second, I thought we had a foul before the inbound. But they're just advancing it up for the side out here. 11.7. Classen has time here to try and get another look off, down by 10. This is Gunn handling it for the Comets. Puts on the floor. Left-hand shot will bank in. Boy, a tough finish there by Gunn. And that's going to end the first half. That was a really nice move. Evan Gunn, a nice first half for Classen. The junior guard, a big part of the Comets offense. And he gets a big bucket there right at the end of the first half to take this into halftime. The Classen still within striking distance, of course, at 31-23. All right, a highly entertaining first 16 minutes. We are looking forward to what should be a fun finish to this one in this elimination game. Somebody's season only has 2 quarters left in it. Who's that going to be? Macarthur right now in the driver's seat to advance, but Classen still hanging around, down by just 8 at 31-23. 3. All right, we'll step aside here. We'll be back in just a few moments. We'll put the finishing touches on this first half, and we'll give you some scores from around the state tonight in the 5A playoffs. A bunch of games obviously already in the books and many more in progress as we speak. We'll take a look at what some of those other results are so far this evening as we get ready for the second half in our ball game here with Lawton Mac leading Classen SAS 31-23 after 2 quarters. This is the high school basketball postseason on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back in Del City, Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We are at halftime of our second game tonight here from Del City. Macarthur leading Classen SAS 31-23. Very entertaining first 16 minutes. Both teams kind of had their stretches where they felt like they were taking control. Obviously, the last stretch being Macarthur to open up what was actually a 10-point lead before an Evan Gunn layup right at the end of the half there to cut it to 8. Highlanders doing a lot of good things, a lot of things you like. The fouling has been probably the one thing that's hurt them. Classen getting to the line a little bit, and a couple guys with some minor foul trouble with 2 fouls in that first half. That'll be something to keep an eye on as we go along. But a good first half, highly entertaining. Both teams certainly right in it. The star of the night so far for Classen, easily Evan Gunn. He's been everywhere for the Comets. We'll see if he can keep it going or if Classen can get some other players in the mix to try and help them. They probably will need that if they're going to find a way to get this thing done and pull. Will be a little bit of an upset, of course, in this 6-3 matchup in the 5A regionals. Let's get some scores from around the state tonight in the 5A postseason. We'll start with games that are already in the books. And again, these are all elimination games in the first round this year. So these teams that you hear that lost tonight, their seasons are over. Will Rogers beat Nathan Hale tonight 59-45. Tulsa Memorial all over Guthrie 82-59. 35. The Chargers, always good, really good again this season. El Reno, big winners over Altus, 95-40. That game was on our airwaves on OSN. El Reno will get the winner of Midwest City Noble, which is in progress on OSN as we speak. That should be a great game tomorrow night. Really, either way it goes. Hopefully, for our sake, on OSN, we're rooting for the Bombers in Mid-Del, but that should be a great game either way. Our game here in Del City, the Eagles big over Guyman, 87-43. Booker T throttles Pryor, 85-32. Bishop Kelly, that game was close at halftime. They ended up winning comfortably over Coweta, 58-35. As for some games in progress, Shawnee leading Tahlequah 36-25. East Central on top of Durant, 39-23. Collinsville leads McAllister 34-29. And then Edison Prep on top of Claremore there in Tulsa, 17-11. I'm working on getting the Midwest City Noble score. It's on our airways right now, so I'm pulling up the broadcast as we speak, try and get a score for us. And Midwest City, at last check, has got a big lead. 43-15 is the score there after breaking that one. So Midwest City, a comfortable lead, and we mentioned it in our broadcast earlier. If things went chalk, and so far, El Reno big winners, Midwest City a big lead at halftime, what a big boy basketball game we'll have tomorrow night on OSN. And obviously, Midwest City still got work to do. They got to finish, but they got a big lead at halftime, up by 28 points. Midwest City, El Reno, the defending 5A champs, on the road in El Reno's building. They got a great fan base out there. That's going to be an awesome, awesome game tomorrow. We're going to have it for you on OSN. That's a 7 o'clock tip tomorrow night, and yours truly will be on the call for that one. I'm really excited. Probably the most excited I've been for a game this season. Very, very pumped for that one. Again, Midwest City has to finish the job to get us there, but that's coming up tomorrow night. And as for these two teams, the winner will be on OSN tomorrow night. The Del City Eagles will be here at 7 o'clock tomorrow facing the winner in the regional final of this game. So fans tuned in for these two schools, you can pencil in. If you win, we'll have you again tomorrow. Del City taking on the winner here at 7 o'clock tomorrow in the regional final of that one. As for our ball game, though, we still have a lot of work to do. Macarthur leading Classen 31-23 after 2. We'll step aside for another quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the second half. Macarthur, Classen, 16 minutes. Seasons are on the line. Who can advance to tomorrow night? We're going to decide that right after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back in Del City, Josh Calloway with you on a Thursday night, ready to start the second half of this 5A regional matchup. An elimination game between Classen SAS and Lawton Macarthur. The Highlanders lead it by 8 as we get ready to start the third quarter. On the floor to start for Mac will be Keon Brown, A.J. Vaughn, Latrell Bailey, Alton Thomas, and Javal Coleman. As for Classen, Evan Gunn, Triton Wallace, Josiah Morales, Almonte Montague, and Jaden Wilson. So here we go. First possession of the second half. Macarthur handling the ball. This is Latrell Bailey. Step back triple. Clackham's. Boy, what a shot for Latrell Bailey right out of the locker room. A step back triple. And just like that, Macarthur's got their biggest lead of the night at 11 on that Trey Cutt-It three-pointer, which, again, you can scan that QR code, take you right to their website, book an appointment today at Trey Cutt-It. As Mac now leading by 11, and again, kind of the danger zone for Classen. You just can't afford to get down by too much. You're in the second half now, so that'd be true of almost any game, but especially in the postseason with the weight of it and the pressure. The defensive intensity is not going to lapse for Macarthur. As a tough finish here. Well, that was impressive by Josiah Morales, who's had some big shots in this game. But quickly the other way is Vaughn. And we've seen Macarthur do that a couple times off a made basket, able to just race down the floor and get a quick layup. That's something that if you're Coach Cudjoe, drives you nuts. I mean, when you get a made hoop, you're thinking you have a chance to get your defense set. But they've been burned a couple times, not able to get back fast enough. And credit to Macarthur, able to do that, again, multiple times in this game. While it's a nice move, and he had an easy lane to the bucket and laid that home. So the offense is coming out guns blazing, but again, off a made hoop. That would have been another easy lay-in if Thomas was able to handle that pass. But Classen catches a breath as he had to gather his footing and reset. Here's Keon Brown in the lane, backing down his man. Didn't need it to go, but he got his own miss and sticks it back. Keon Brown forced to deal with when he wants to back his way down to the rim. And we have a whistle and a timeout with 6:17 to go in the third quarter. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. Remind you to keep up. It's vital at this time of year to keep up with the Oklahoma Sports Network on Facebook as well as on Twitter, or I should say X, formerly known as Twitter. And, of course, the website, you see it right there on the scorebugs, oksportsnet.com. It's vital to make sure you're keeping up with those often so you know what games we have coming up that are going to be broadcast. We air a lot of playoff hoops, but, you know, you want to make sure that you know when the games are, who's playing who, at what time. It's more pertinent than ever to make sure you're keeping up with the Oklahoma Sports Network everywhere you can be. Of course, get the app on your phone. It's a phenomenal app, very well done, very easy to use. All the games are available on YouTube as well. You can also see the live broadcasts that are scheduled on YouTube. Is not a bad resource for you either. So now's the time. Make sure to keep up with the Oklahoma Sports Network everywhere you can. You can find us in a lot of different places, and make sure you don't miss any of the high school basketball playoff action over the next few weeks. Gunn for three is off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound ran down by Vaughn, and Keon Brown will walk it up for Macarthur, who lead by 11, trying to take care of business here in Del City. Foul on Classen. It's going to be on Montague. I'll say a win in this game punches your ticket to the area tournament next week. But you'll have the regional final first up tomorrow, which will be against Del City here, the home team. Poked out of bounds and lost by Brown. It'll go over to Classen. If you could win again tomorrow, you're now within one win of the state tournament, which will be at the Big House this year. 5A and 6A moving back to the Big House, the state fairgrounds, which is really exciting. Montague in the corner. Morales fires away on a three. No good. Long rebound, though, comes out back to him. Wilson able to scoop it, and he's hitting fouled. So tomorrow's game, not an elimination game like we were saying, but it is highly advantageous to win said game. A win tomorrow in the regional final, and you're within a win of state, whereas if you lose, you got to go win 2 next week against really good teams in a neutral setting. It's tough. It can be done, but it's tough. Poland driving, or excuse me, this is Wilson driving, and he's hit and fouled. It's going to be a blocking foul on Macarthur, which a couple of the Matt coaching staff a little surprised at that call. It's kind of bang-bang. Hard to say. I'd have to see it again. No shots on it. They kept it on the floor. Second foul on Macarthur here in this third quarter, as we're about 3 minutes into this third. 11-point game. Here's Wilson driving for Classen. Poked away. And that's another foul. So we mentioned it at halftime. You know, it was a really good first half for the Highlanders. Not a lot to complain about, really, in a lot of areas. They did a lot of good things. But the one thing that you wondered, could that come back to bite them, were the fouls. They put Class at the line a lot, and they had a few guys with 2 fouls, one of those being A.J. Vaughn, and he just picked up his third just now. So that's a key player who's having a nice night that now has 3 fouls. That's, again, they're up 11, so it's okay for now, but that's something to keep in mind as we go along here. Wallace handles it for the Comets, who need points. Down by 11. Got to get stops, too, obviously. Need everything. And that's another foul on Macarthur. It's going to be on Alton Thomas away from the ball. That's the 4th foul on the Highlanders with 4:50 to go. So Classen is in the bonus now the entire rest of this third quarter. And if you're the Comets, you're Coach Cudjoe, you're saying, man, get to the line and capitalize. That's a way to get back in a game. Inbound pass deflected and stolen. That's not, as it leads to a fast break for Macarthur. Keon Brown all the way to the rim. Contact. It's a charge. Wow. So Keon Brown gets hit with his 3rd foul. It's not free throws because it's an offensive foul. But it's obviously huge because a very key member of the Highlanders squad has now got 3. Man, that's another brutal call. I don't mean brutal in that it was a bad call. I'm not speculating on that. Official was in prime position, but a brutal call in that it's damaging for Macarthur. Key player's got 3, and it's the 15th foul. So Comets get it back. Here's Wilson in the lane. That's a travel. Took a couple too many steps. So that's a turnover. So this game has kind of gotten a little bogged down here after what was a high-flying start to this second half. And now Keon Brown's going to come out. He stayed in for a moment, but he's going to come out now with the 3 fouls. We'll see how long Coach Gagliardi keeps him on the bench as Amari Turner comes in to replace him. 11-point lead for Macarthur. Lost the handle on it, gets it back, handoff to Bailey. Step back 3 ball, side of the rim, no good. Long rebound comes back out to him, though. So second chance opportunity for Macarthur. They've been pretty good in this area tonight. Javal Coleman handling it. Underneath, trying to get to Adam Austin, poked out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Good defense there by Morales, who's really having a nice night. We mentioned the first half, Evan Gunn was kind of doing a little everything for Classen. Shazai Morales has kind of joined him. He's having a really nice game. Inbound to Austin, too tall, and here's Evan Gunn, who intercepts it. Bounce pass to Wallace. Triton Wallace all the way to the rim. Layup is good. Back down to single digits at 38-29. Past the midway point of the third quarter. Classen just continuing to kind of hang around here, making things interesting. Austin on the elbow. Bad pass was deflected out of bounds. Classen ball. Couldn't tell if Austin just lost the handle on it or someone deflected it or what exactly happened there, but it wasn't clean. Ends up getting knocked out and goes back to the Comets, who trail by just 9, still with plenty of time to work with here, down by just 9 points. Evan Gunn calling out some direction. Left side to Montague. Goes Morales on the wing. Bounce pass back to Montague once again. Right side, Evan Gunn. Pump fake and drive. Kick out. Wallace open look at a 3. Front of the rim, no good. That was a big shot if it would have went. Cut this thing to 6. There's a good classic contingent here. Would you expect not too far away? Snow KC, and they were ready to explode on that one. Kick across. And bumped and fouled is Taylor. Just a second foul on Classen, so not any real worries there yet for the Comets in this third quarter. Keon Brown coming back in for Mac with the 3 fouls. He replaces Javal Coleman. Inbound to Adam Austin. That was a heck of a catch. Can't get the shot to go, though. Deflect out of bounds. It'll go back to the Comets. Classen doing an expert job right now of just kind of hanging tough. You know, Macarthur has hit him with a couple of big right hooks, but the Comets have been able to kind of absorb them. And again, Macarthur still have 9, but Classen's done a good job to make sure this stays a game. They never let it get away from them. And they got a big possession here. Here's Montague in the corner. Kicks it to the top, Gunn. Wilson on the right. Back to Gunn once more. Every possession kind of becoming a little more deliberate now as we near the final 10 minutes. Morales in the corner. Wallace fires away on a three. Back iron, no. But it's a second good look for Wallace in the corner that would have cut it to 6. Couldn't get it to fall. Wallace a good shooter. A shot you'll live with every time if you're Classen. Just not able to hit. So Macarthur has it back, up by 9. Here's Keon Brown playing with those 3 fouls. Backs his man down and gets to the rim. But when Keon Brown wants to back his man down and get to the rack, little that many can do to stop him. Just a load to deal with. And he finishes that one to push the lead back to 11 at 40-29. Gunn at the top for Classen. Thought about the shot. Instead, he'll give it up to Morales on the right. He's going to fire from deep. Front of the rim, no good. He hit a couple earlier, but that one not able to fall. So Macarthur's lead back to double figures, and they've got the ball back. Final 90 seconds of the third quarter. Brown sizing up Gunn. He's going to take it right at him again, and not able to get it. Tip back, no. We got whistles. It's going to be a foul on Classen. Third foul on the Comets. I don't know if this is shooting. I don't think so. No, it is. Okay, excuse me. Keon Brown is going to get Trey cut at free throws here. Wasn't sure when the foul actually happened. But they do reward Keon Brown with some foul shots, and he hits the first one. So this is Macarthur's biggest lead of the night now at 12. Dugas back in the game for Classen. He replaces Triton Wallace. 1:18 to play here in the third. Brown's second free throw will roll home. The lead goes to 13, 42-29. Gunn handles it, being watched by Amari Turner. Dugas gives it back to Gunn. Now we got a whistle and a timeout going to be taken here by Coach Cudjoe with 1:01 on the third quarter clock. I'm not sure if it's a full timeout. Officiating crew hasn't really been signaling if they're full or 30-second timeouts. We'll go ahead and stay here to be safe with it. 1:01 to play in the third. We appreciate everyone being tuned in on the Oklahoma Sports Network tonight on a Thursday evening. Sure, a heavy Lawton contingent is dialed in, not able to make the trip on a Thursday night all the way here to Del City. We appreciate everyone being tuned in. Josh Calloway here with you. Phenomenal time of year in the high school basketball playoffs. It's a great 3-week run. It's a lot of hoops, and we've got you covered on OSN. A lot more to come. Games tomorrow, by the way, we've been talking about, obviously, on the boys' side because we've been doing boys' games. There's girls' regional finals tomorrow, early part of the day. I think those are 3 or 3:30 tips. Keep an eye out for that schedule. As a deflection and a turnover, Keon Brown, though, not able to lay it home. So some big girls' games in the day tomorrow, some matinee hoops, and then the boys' regional finals coming up tomorrow night. Those are all at 7, which we already know Carl Albert and Del City will be taking part in a couple on OSN. Lawton High as well. Lawton Mac trying to join the party. Midwest City also trying to do the same out in El Reno right now. Montague to the rim. He finishes. Nice move by Amante Montague. Classen gets a needed bucket there to get it back down to 11, 31-42. Keon Brown with it. Mac can hold the final shot here of the quarter if they would like. Would certainly seem to be the logical move up by 11. Brown, watched by Morales. He's going to take it at him, and he lost his footing. Goes to the ground hard. Classen still had a foul to give, so that might have been kind of intentional to wrap him up and limit their time. So that's a smart foul by Classen. That's only the 4th foul. They got some guy standing on the lane. Unless it's a shooting foul, which I don't think it was. And no, I think they're going to inbound this. Got a wet spot on the floor after Brown went tumbling. Morales and Dugas will come out for this final possession, get a little short break before the fourth quarter push. Pullen and Wilson back in. 7 seconds to work with here for Macarthur. Inbound goes to Austin. Swings around left side. Bailey fires away on a 3. Side of the rim, no good. Rebound is loose. Pulled in by Gunn. And that will end the third quarter. So Classen gets the stop there, but Macarthur able to push their lead out a little bit further. And at the end of three quarters, the Highlanders are in command, or at least in the driver's seat, I should probably say. 42-31 after three. Fourth quarter, elimination game, 5A playoffs. Where are you going? On the way after this break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
All right, back in Dell City, Josh Calloway with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the fourth quarter. Lawton Macarthur leading Classen SAS 42-31. As we start the final frame in this 5A elimination game, the winner will see Dell City tomorrow night in the regional final, with a chance to move within one win of the state tournament on the line. But before we get there, still work to be done here. As a quick foul on the first possession of this fourth quarter is going to go on the Highlanders. Looks like it's going to be just called on the floor. Austin will check out after that foul there. Xavier Alcedo replaces him for Lawton Mack. Appreciate everyone tuned in on a Thursday evening, getting down to the nitty-gritty here. In this elimination game, someone's season going to come to an end. And I mentioned it right at the top. These are two teams that it feels like legitimately, if they could get through tonight, have got the talent to maybe try to string together a run. But the cruel part of the way that this is structured this season, it's one and done in the opening round. So whoever loses, that's it. Before they ever really could get going, it's over. Classen a 6 seed and a strong one at that, taking on a 3 seed Lawton Mack here in Dell City. Winner will see the host, the Eagles, tomorrow night. Montague off the inbound lays it in. So a good start for Classen to start this fourth quarter. It's back down to single digits at 42-33. There's Brown bringing it up for the Highlanders. Got those 3 fouls, something maybe to keep an eye on as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Being watched by Wilson. And does Macarthur start to do a little more of this? Take their time, work the clock. Obviously, you want to make sure you get a good shot. There's no reason to hurry anything when you're up 9 trying to get to the finish line. But are they going to be deliberate about milking that clock? That's going to be interesting to watch. Keon Brown's shot doesn't go. It rolls off. Evan Gunn gets the rebound. Start the break for Classen all the way to the rim. Layup is good. It's a quick 4-0 run for Classen to open up the fourth. And it's a one-touchdown game at 42-35. It's getting a little interesting here in Dell City. Taylor handles it for the Highlanders, swings it around. This is Keon Brown now on the wing. And again, Lawton Mack being deliberate, taking their time on the possession. Keon Brown starts a drive. Kick it back out. Swinging around, this is Alcedo. Lost the handle out of bounds. It'll stay with Mack. You can feel it. I talked about it a little bit in the second quarter. You can kind of feel the tension already starting then. You can really feel it now. You can cut it in, what's the cliche? Cut the air with a knife right now. Brown, spin move, turnaround shot, banked in. Well, when you need a bucket, that's where you go if you're Macarthur. Keon Brown, excellent again tonight, as he's been all season. And the Highlanders lead back to 9, 44-35, 6:20 to go. Evan Gunn handling it, gives up left side to Pullen. Long pass across, Gunn on the right wing, swings underneath, good find to Wallace. Layup won't go, but he's hacked. And Triton Wallace is going to go to the free throw line. That was a great find by Evan Gunn. Got it right into Wallace, who just found a soft spot in that Macarthur defense. And he got hit, and he'll go to the line. And I mean, it goes without saying. I'll go ahead and say it, but paramount that Classen makes their free throws when they get there down the stretch here. 6:10 to go. First one for Wallace. Good. So back down to an 8-point game. Morales checks back in for Classen. He's been excellent tonight, especially in the second half. He replaces Pullen. Second one on the way will roll home. So some clutch free throw shooting there by Wallace. It's back down to 7, 44-37 as we near the 6-minute mark. Quickly to the line, or the lane here, and laying that one in is Amari Turner. He had a wide open path to the hoop, and he put it home. Big bucket there, lead back to 9. And if you're Classen right now, obviously you can't trade buckets. You got to find a way to get stops at the other end. Gun for 3, back iron no, rebound pulled in by Keon Brown. So an empty trip there, and Mac has it back and can push this back to double figures with another bucket. Just trying to fend Classen off right now and get to the regional final tomorrow. Spin move here. Alcedo's shot is blocked by Montague, but I think they're going to call a foul. Yeah, they're getting Montague on a foul here on the shot. So Xavier Alcedo will go to the line and shoot 2 at the Trey Cut-It charity stripe. And he can push this back to a double-digit lead with even one free throw here. First one on the way is good. Excuse me, missed the first one, my mistake. Makes the second. Lead goes to 10, 47-37. 5:25 to play. Here's Wilson handling it, gives it left side Gunn. Tries to get it across to Wallace, but a good job by Turner to get in the passing lane and deflect that. Leads to a turnover for the Highlanders. Boy, possessions not ending in shots is not what you want right now if you're Classen as we near the final 5 minutes. Brown handling it. Crossover move. In the lane here, lost the handle for a moment, gets it back. Swings it out right side. Coleman pump fakes and drives. Dishes it underneath to Alcedo, finishes through some contact. And the lead back out to 12, matching Macarthur's biggest lead of the night with only 4:35 left. Montague puts on the floor, lost the handle, scooped up by Turner, and he raced ahead and is hit and fouled as the defensive intensity right now for Macarthur, a major X factor as they forced a couple turnovers in a row. The foul here on Classen, just their second. They'll just be on the floor as well. But now you're kind of looking at the clock if you're the Comets and saying, we need to make a move and pronto, as they're getting tight on time with 4:27 left. And Coach Cudjoe is going to take a timeout, and it's going to be a full timeout. So we'll go ahead and take it, too. Macarthur leading Classen by 12, 4:27 left, trying to finish the job and get to the regional final tomorrow, but still work to be done here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back to Del City, Josh Calloway with you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Lawton Mack leading Classen SAS 49-37, 4:27 to go. Trying to put the finishing touches on this 5A regional win, get to the regional final tomorrow, and a date with the Del City Eagles before heading off to area next weekend. Still some work to do, but in good shape right now, leading by 12. Here's Keon Brown with it for the Macarthur Highlanders, being watched by Evan Gunn as we approach the midway point of the fourth and final quarter. Brown driving, tries to kick it out to Bailey and does. Hands off left side to Turner. Spin move, lost the handle. Able to be saved, though, by Coleman. Johnny on the spot. Good anticipation there by Javal Coleman, saving a turnover, maybe a fast break for the Classen Comets, as a whistle and a foul here is going to go on Classen on the floor. It'll be the third team foul on Classen. Inbound goes to Bailey, and he hits the jumper right off the inbound pass. And so the lead goes to 14. It's the biggest lead Macarthur's had all night. Jaden Wilson for Classen, by the way, just came off the floor. Had one of his fingers was not in good shape, we'll put it that way. Hopefully nothing too serious, but definitely a dislocation or something to that effect. As this shot's not going to go, but his last touch by Mack will stay down here with Classen. So it's a 14-point lead with 3:24 to go. Appreciate everyone being dialed in here on a Thursday night. In this playoff opener for these two teams, two talented teams going toe-to-toe, but only one can have their season extend for another week. And right now, Macarthur in the driver's seat to make sure that's them. And another turnover. Highlanders defense taking over right now down the stretch as they lead it by 14 with just now 3 minutes left to play here in Del City. And reality starting to set in a little bit for Classen as Macarthur putting in work right now. We have a whistle and a foul on Classen on the floor again. That's going to be the fourth foul on the Comets. So their last to give down the stretch here. It's been a kind of a slow burn for Macarthur tonight. They led by 4 after 1, led by 8 at half, and then by 11 after 3. They've kind of just slowly pushed it out. Classen's always hung around, but they've slowly pushed it out, and now it's up to 16 as a layup is good for Xavier Alcedo. And the Highlanders look to be on their way. Dugas 3 is good, and boy, did Classen need that. As it stops the bleeding for the moment, but can the Comets find a way to pile up stops in the final 2.5 minutes to have a shot? Bailey for 3 for Macarthur. Too strong. Rebound put back for Alcedo doesn't go, or excuse me, that was Turner, but he has fouled again. And that's been another big storyline for Classen tonight. Has not been able to keep the Highlanders off the offensive glass. A lot of second and third chance opportunities for the Highlanders in this game. And one of many big differences down the stretch here. First free throw rims out for Amari Turner at the Trey Cudditt charity stripe. Game not over, though. Certainly Macarthur in great shape, up 13 with just 2:26 left. But Classen not out of this just yet. Both free throws are missed, so an empty trip at the line there. Can the Comets get some buckets quickly at this end to give themselves a shot? Here's Gunn driving down the lane, scoop layup, will not quite roll home. It was a good move, but just couldn't get the friendly roll there. So an empty shot there. That one stings. They all kind of do at this point, as Macarthur has it back up by 13. Keon Brown has it, and he smartly will slow it down. Final 2 minutes here in Del City. Brown trying to shake Morales. He'll take it at him, had it stripped away out of bounds. He'll stay down here with the Highlanders. Keon Brown, a savvy player, a senior, and he's been kind of the one guy tonight that down the stretch has really been very patient, deliberate offensively. This is another foul on Classen. Oh, no, it's a moving screen, on Macarthur. I thought they were going to get Montague, but it's a moving screen on the Highlanders. That's a turnover. 1:49 left. If you're Classen, you probably need some deep shots. You need them quick. Here's one who can do it. Swings it around. Wallace for 3. Too strong. Rebound Bailey. And Classen, a few good looks from deep in this second half that have not gone, that are going to haunt them a little bit, I think, as we go along into the next year, obviously, if that's the way this goes. And I got a timeout here with 1:35 on the clock. I'm not sure who took it. Might have been an injury timeout. It looked like it might have been a full timeout is what's taken. We'll go ahead and take it, too. It looked like a Macarthur player might have taken a shot to the face. It might have been Bailey. I couldn't quite make out the number. We'll go ahead and step aside, too. 1:35 left. Macarthur leading by 13, trying to finish the job and get to the regional final tomorrow on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Back in Del City, Josh Calloway with you. We're in the nitty-gritty here. Macarthur leading Classen SAS 53-40 with just 1:35 to go. Trying to put the finishing touches on this one and get to the regional final tomorrow to meet the host squad, Del City Eagles, at 7 o'clock live on OSN. Spin move in the lane. Layup is good for Xavier Alcedo. That might have just been the final finishing touches on this one for Macarthur, as they take the lead out to 15 with 1:15 to go. Gunn for three. That one will go. So Classen says not so fast as they hit the deep triple by Evan Gunn. And it gets it back down to a 12-point game with 70 seconds to go. Another timeout on the floor. It's another full, so we'll go ahead and take it again with them. Max lead still comfortable by 12, but Classen not going away just yet. 5A Regionals on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back at Del City, right on the inbound here. Long inbound into the backcourt, and a circus layup is good for Tykael Taylor. And that's a big bucket to extend this lead out to 14 as we hit the final minute. Got a whistle and a foul here. But Macarthur just kind of getting the buckets down the stretch here. Classen has just not been able to get enough stops, as Max put together a nice 15-point fourth quarter as it stands now. And they've got a 14-point lead now with under a minute to go. Dugas' first free throw is offline, as it looks like Lawton Mack, a really solid performance against a game Classen SAS team tonight, as both free throws are no good. Macarthur has it back. This is Thomas going to go to the rim here. Layup is blocked, but he is fouled from behind with 50 seconds on the clock. But this Classen team, give them credit, they really battled in this game. They took Macarthur's best shot a couple of times, but managed to absorb it and just continue to hang around. Never let this game get out of hand. But once Macarthur got it into double figures, they've kind of been just battling uphill ever since then. And it certainly looks like the Highlanders are going to get through this thing and pick up what will be their 19th win of the season to move to the regional final tomorrow. And a win here tonight obviously also punches your ticket to the area tournament next week. And boy, tomorrow night here in Del City with the Eagles, who we saw earlier, put on a show as they blew out Guyman in their opener, as the second free throw is no good. Against this MAC team, that's got a fun matchup written all over it. Very intriguing game tomorrow night in the regional final. As a turnover here, Mac gets it back. And that game will be live right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network at 7 o'clock. Won't be yours truly on the call for it, but it'll be a doozy of a ball game. I'm not sure if that's Jordan Ray or Tracy Mussett who have the call of that one tomorrow night, but either way, that's going to be a doozy of a game tomorrow night. If you want to hang out with me, I'll be in El Reno. Should be a great one there. Midwest City heading out there, which should be an awesome matchup as well. But here in Del City, it's going to be Lawton Mac in Del City because the Highlanders, as they kind of dribble this thing out, and an easy layup here for Alcedo, the final finishing touches. An impressive performance by Lawton Mac tonight. Again, Classen game, everything they had for a long while, but the Highlanders, the better team, as the three ball for Wallace doesn't go, and that's going to do it. The Lawton Macarthur Highlanders are on to the regional final tomorrow night, and they punch their ticket to the area tournament next week. One way or another, Lawton Mac is going to be playing basketball next weekend, trying to get themselves to the 5A state tournament and to the big house. A great win for the Highlanders, 60-43 our final. Classen battled and hung around for a long while, but the Highlanders able to fend them off and put together a really nice fourth quarter. Mac wins the fourth quarter by a final mark of 18-12 to push that lead. We mentioned they were up 4 after 1, 8 at halftime, 11 after 3, and they end up winning by 17. That's just a consistent, steady, just pushing out little by little, and eventually they win it 60-43. A very impressive performance from Coach Margot Gagliardi's squad. And the Highlanders are on to the regional final tomorrow and a date with Del City, which would be a really fantastic game at 7 o'clock live here on OSN. All right, that's it for us. We appreciate everyone being tuned in tonight. We had 2 games from Del City. The Eagles, big winners earlier. Macarthur and Classen gave us a good one here. The Highlanders end up pulling away a little bit at the end, but a very competitive ball game. And we're on to tomorrow in the regional finals. Again, girls action in the afternoon. Keep an eye out for that. 3 o'clock tips around the state tomorrow. We got a lot of girls action for you. And then the nightcaps, the boys regional finals coming up at 7. Some doozy of games coming up tomorrow night in regional finals. We mentioned a couple. The one here, Del City and Lawton Mac will be at 7. Midwest City, El Reno, another one featuring Mid-Del squads coming up at 7 o'clock as well. Of course, Carl Albert will be hosting theirs at 7 also. So we got big-time hoops all over the place tomorrow night. You're not going to miss any of the action. Keep an eye out, Oklahoma Sports Network on Facebook and on Twitter as well. Of course, everywhere to make sure you know what's all happening and when it's happening. A lot of big-time hoops coming up tomorrow all over the place as we continue to roll on in the postseason. That's it for tonight. Lawton Mac beats Classen SAS 60-43. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Macarthur and Del City in the regional final, 7 o'clock tip right here live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'm Josh Calloway signing off from Del City. We'll be back tomorrow as basketball playoff action rolls on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.